Valley Without Wind is a unique game that defies genre. It takes influences from all sorts of different games like platforming to RPG, roguelike, and even a little bit of resource gathering and building. If you think about it too much, you're going to get a headache. But it takes all of these influences and combines them into a Frankenstein type of monster that only a certain type of gamer is going to appreciate. The game begins by you choosing a hero from a list of pretty generic characters. Now, you're dropped into a desolate world that's been taken over by an evil lord. Your adventure consists of you exploring this world and building up your skills in order to become more powerful and eventually defeat the last boss. Now, building up your skills, which you could also call your magic, consists of gathering resources throughout the land. Your fireball, your lightning bolt, your ice wall, they all need specific resources, so it's up to you to find all those resources that you can use to upgrade all of your different types of magic. Thankfully, you can play through the whole game on co-op, but we'll get to that later. There's a complete lack of structure in A Valley Without Wind, and the procedurally generated world really leaves it up to the player to kind of figure out what to do. Exploration is the driving force in this case, and you won't find a walkthrough on GameFAQs because every single player's world is different. The art style is very distinct, and I grew to care for it after I could figure out what every single asset was, because it is quite its own thing. I really can't fault the game for being so wide open, because it does push the envelope for the procedurally generated worlds. Now, it could have used some more polish because the whole experience feels archaic. I know it's an indie PC game, but it does feel like you're playing something from the early 90s. Now, this is perfect for all those explorers out there who want to go to the left or the right, the north or the south, because there's literally no end to this world. And there's not even a mission log. It's just titled Things You Should Do. Now, if you're a type of person that wants to go and find a new area in hopes of striking gold or finding that rare resource, then this is perfect for you. The servers for A Valley Without Wind have been tested for up to 8 co-op players at once. However, I saw some on there that had 200 spots open. I managed to get a game of 4 going, and it doesn't really change with the amount of players you have. What you can do is level up to complement each other. So I was able to level up and have a lot of hit points. I could take a lot of damage, whereas some of my other buddies were able to level up their power and mana so they could deal a lot of damage. Now, the resources you collect are stored in a global pool, but you do have to keep an eye out on the individual magic stones that you need to level up your spells, because those are collected on a per player basis. So if you want to level up your lightning bolt, you're going to have to fight for them. Now, the game isn't necessarily better with more people, but it's really nice to have someone to talk to and actually rationalize the world you're in. I have to admit that the game feels half-baked, but it's a unique experience that I'm really glad I played. I would encourage those who are interested to check this out. You can grab it on Steam or on the developer's website. I'm warning you, it is weird, and it's a mishmash of every genre that you've played up until now, except maybe rhythm games. If you can get past the uninspired presentation, then you're in for an adventure like none other. Now, I wouldn't attempt to comprehend A Valley Without Wind, but maybe that's what makes it so special.